Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Repairs. You guessed it, working on the white Chevy truck again today. I'm changing the tranny fluid and filter. Gonna go step by step of how I get it done. Obviously I'm doing it on the ground. Yeah, I just drained the fluid out of the tranny, and it had a drain plug. I like those. And I wasn't gonna make a video, but I'm making a video. This is ridiculous. This tranny fluid looks like oil to me. It's got a little red hue to it. I know the filter has to be plugged. This motor has about 180 rounds on it, and I don't think they've changed the tranny fluid on this truck once. Tranny shifts fine, but it wasn't perfect shifting, and I change the fluid on every vehicle I buy. This one here, I'm probably going to change it maybe a month or two down the line and get the rest of this debris out of the tranny, because otherwise it's going to fry. I can't express how important it is to change the filter and fluid on your trannies. You buy a used vehicle, just do it. Get the maintenance records. I would change the tranny fluid and filter. I do it every 20,000 miles if I was you. I mean, I do it. I've never had a bad transmission go bad. I haven't had a transmission go bad ever. It costs about, I think with fluid and this filter kit I bought at Napa, I think I'm looking at probably right around $100 and labor. So obviously I'm doing it myself, so I can't count my labor. Better than watching TV all day doing nothing, right? So I guess we'll just get right to it. First thing I did was got to get this cross member out of here, and so I took the cross member down, which is right here. I propped up the transfer case that's on the back of the tranny here with my bottle jack, as you can see. Now I can get at the tranny pan. So I'm hoping you can see the tranny pan right there. So what I'm going to do is, obviously it's dark in here and probably not going to see a whole lot, so I'm going to loosen up the front. I'm actually going to take all the ones out on the front of the tranny so it drops down just a little bit, because more fluid will come out, and I'm going to have my drain pan right here. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to loosen the back one just enough so the tranny pan will fall down, and all the fluid will just drain this way instead of everywhere. So that's my hot tip for you. I'm going to grab my light, and we'll be able to shine in here when I get to that stage. Okay, I ran into a jam taking the tranny bolts out. They don't want to come, so I'm heating them one by one. Kind of heating around the bolts, and I'm heating the bolts, around the bolts, and heating the bolts, and then I try it and see if it'll come out of there. It takes quite a bit of heat to get these out, because I've never been out since the truck was new, so I don't want to break the bolts. Just wanted to give you an idea of how I'm doing it. I'm going to try it right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the camera pointed up. There we go. This one here won't go, but I'm going to heat it. Crazy times. So I'll tune back in a bit. Okay, I got the pan off. So picture the pan being up in there. We got a bracket right here. It holds on to the shift linkage. Tried to figure out if this bracket needed to come off or not, so I took all the bolts out of the pan. The bracket, or the pan, hit the bracket right here. I just angled the pan a little bit and it came right out. So don't worry about the bracket. Get all the bolts out. Make sure you drain all the fluid. Of course the pan dropped down and some of the fluid came out, but it had that drain plug, so hardly anything came out, so it was no big deal there. But yeah, look at how grimy it is up in there. Pretty icky. So I just wanted to give you this little hot tip on the bracket, because that's going to hang you up. You're going to be like all freaked out about it. Don't. Not a big deal. Pan will just... So when I put the new pan, you know, put the pan back in, I'm going to angle it a little bit and slide it right up, and it'll go over everything. So we'll get to changing this filter. Okay, got the new filter in. Just pulls out and goes right back in again. You got to give it a little wrap, make sure it goes in. It's got like a little spacer looking thing. I just use the old one. I leave it in the Trany. It comes with one right here, but it's a bitch to get it out, so I leave it in. I'll leave the old one in. So here we go. We got the Trany pan clean, ready to go back on. This is the old filter. It pretty dirty, man. I wish I could flush the Trany, but I'm not capable of doing that. So I'm going to change the fluid on it probably within a month, or maybe I'll just drive it a little bit and change the fluid. At least I know that it's got cleaner fluid than this. Good thing is there wasn't any metal shavings in here, so I know the Trany shifts fine. It's just now we're just going to be dealing with dirty fluid. So yeah, this should make it you know, better fluid. You know, it'll help the Trany. I know that. I talked to a transmission guy on these bolts, and he just said I told him the fluid was really dark in the Trany, and he kind of, you know, hemmed and hawed a little bit, and he said you might hurt the Trany more than help it by changing the filter. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. I can't hurt it by changing the filter. It's gonna make it flow better. It's gonna give it a little bit more cleaner fluid. And yeah, that's just a scare tactic as far as I'm concerned. But hopefully we'll be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this pan back in, and I'd probably film it and show you, but you know, you just got to kind of angle it to get around that bracket for the shift, or for the shift linkage there, and you'll be good to go. So this is just sitting on there, so it's not like it's urethaned in or anything and gonna be a messy job. So yeah, it's just got like a little like a, I don't know what you call it, little hump here, and it just seals it right there. Almost like an O-ring all the way around this thing. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like when I get that far. Okay, I got the pan up in there. I only got 3 bolts holding it in right now. So I just angled it around this bracket, which you can see right there. No big deal. Came right out. Didn't have to take the bracket down. Just had to get the cable out of my way. Not a big deal there either. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all the bolts in. Then I'm gonna cinch them all up. Just cinch them, and then I'm gonna go around and tighten them. I'm not gonna over tighten them, but I'm gonna tighten them. Not like they were when I tried to get them out. So just give them a good snug. They're not going to come loose, and we're good to go. So I'm going to get this part of it done off camera, and we'll get some fluid going in this thing and see what start getting it back together again. Hot tip on the cross member. I use the jack. I use the jack to get it to hold it up, but I took the bolts off of the tranny right here, and then I put the jack under there. There's actually studs. There's studs for the tranny mount. You can see the studs right in the camera there. Barely. Anyway, so I put the tranny under there to hold the mount. First I took these bolts out. There's two of them for the rubber tranny mount. Yeah, you can barely see it up in there. Anywhere there's studs coming out of that mount, so you can't just pull this out. You gotta drop it down. Then I took the bolts off of I put the jack under there to hold it. Then I took the bolts off of the outer frame rails, and then I lowered the jack down enough to clear the studs on the tranny mount. Yeah, I can barely see it in the camera, so now to put it back in, pretty simple. I got the mount up in there over the studs, and then I put a extension right there to hold it up a little bit so it stays in the studs. I don't know if you can comprehend that, but I'm sure you can. Now I'm going to go to the other side and put the bolts in. Let's see what we got. Yeah, little hot tips on working outside. So I got plywood, and then I got my rubber mats, so I'm not laying on top of the plywood, because you're sliding around there and you're probably going to end up getting a sliver or something. So I got rubber mats, and I got my bottle jack holding the transfer case, tranny, basically. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these bolts in. We'll get her all buttoned up, and then put some fluid in this baby. Okay, I put 6 quarts of tranny fluid in there. Dex 6. Fired it up. Made sure there was no leaks. Put it in low, and then we'll basically put it in first, second, third, drive, and then neutral, reverse, and spun the tires in every gear. So now I'm just gonna let it sit for a while. I'm gonna check the fluid and see what it looks like, and then we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna drive it for a bit, probably 20 miles, and put some new fluid in. It costs roughly 25 bucks for that bottle of it's Valvoline multi-purpose automatic transmission fluid. It does a lot of stuff, so I kind of like it, the multi-purpose stuff. So you don't have to buy like 60 different kinds of tranny fluid for every vehicle. So yeah, I hope you guys like the content. I do my best on showing you my little tips and tricks, and whatever I run into, along the way. It's a learning experience every time I do something. So yeah, like I say, I totally appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, sharing the video, leaving a comment. Yeah, totally appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good day. Bye.